With a bold approach, Bernadskiy employs the Catalan opening open defense against Costa in this round 5, Bernadskiy, Vitaliy, Costa, Leonardo round 5 match. On d4. On d5. On c4. On e6 leads us into Queen's Gambit declined. Knight f3. Knight f6. On g3. On takes c4. Bishop g2. On c6. On a4. On c5. King castled kingside. Knight c6. Knight a3. On takes d4. Knight takes c4. Bishop c5. On b3. Queen e7. On b4. Threatening. On takes c5. King castled kingside. Knight takes d4. Queen takes c5. Knight takes c6. Pawn takes c6 and establish a winning position. Let's explore the main line. Knight takes b4 played by Costa. Knight takes d4. King castled kingside. Threatening. Rook d8. Bishop b2. On e5. On e3. On takes d4. Pawn takes d4 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Let's proceed to the main game. Knight b3 played by Bernadskiy. Threatening. Bishop a3. Rook d8. Queen b1. On a5. Knight takes a5. Bishop d6 and establish a winning position. Let's go to the main variation. Rook d8 played by Costa. Threatening. Bishop takes f2 check. King takes f2. Rook takes d1. Rook takes d1. Bishop d7 and take decisive advantage, shifting to the main variation. Bishop d2 played by Bernadskiy. Threatening. Knight takes c5. On e5. Knight e4 and increase their advantage significantly. Let's analyze the main line. Knight c6 played by Costa. Knight takes c5. Queen takes c5. Rook c1. Queen e7. Queen e1. On e5. Knight a5. Threatening. Rook takes c6. On takes c6. Knight takes c6. Queen e8. Knight takes d8. On e4 and dominate the board. Let's analyze the main line. Knight d4 played by Costa. Bishop b4. Threatening. Bishop takes e7. Bishop g4. Bishop takes d8. Knight takes e2 check. Queen takes e2. Bishop takes e2 and take decisive advantage. Let's explore the main line. Queen d7 played by Costa. On e3. Threatening. On takes d4. On e4. Knight c4 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Let's explore the main variation. Knight e6 played by Costa. Queen d1. On e4. Queen takes d7. Rook takes d7. Bishop c3. Knight g5. On h4. Threatening. On takes g5. Knight d5. Bishop a1 and seize the initiative. Let's explore the main game. Knight f3 check played by Costa. Bishop takes f3. On takes f3. Bishop takes f6. On takes f6. Rook fd1. Threatening. Rook takes c8 check. Rook takes c8. Rook takes d7. Rook c1 check. King h2 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Let's go to the main variation. King g7 played by Costa. Rook takes d7. Bishop takes d7. Knight takes b7. Bishop takes a4. Rook c7. Bishop b3. Threatening. On a5. Rook c3. On a4. Knight c5. Bishop d5. Rook a3 and gain a significant edge, shifting to the main line. Knight c5 inaccuracy played by Bernadskiy. Threatening. Knight takes b3. On a5. Knight d4 and gain a significant edge. Let's proceed to the main game. Bishop c4 played by Costa. Knight e4. Threatening. Rook takes c4. Rook d8. On g4 and increase their advantage significantly. Let's explore the main game. Bishop e6 played by Costa. Knight c5. Threatening. Knight takes e6 check. King g8. Knight d4 and put immense pressure on the opponent, shifting to the main line. Bishop g4 played by Costa. Knight b3. On a5. Rook c1. On a4. Threatening. On takes b3. Rook b1. Rook b8 and put immense pressure on the opponent, shifting to the main variation. Rook a1 played by Bernadskiy. On a3. King f1. On a2. Knight d2. King g6. King e1. King h5. Knight e4. Threatening. Knight takes f6 check. King g6. King f5. Knight h2 and dominate the board, shifting to the main game. Rook a6 played by Costa. Knight c5. Threatening. Knight takes a6. Bishop e6. Knight b4 and seize the initiative. Let's proceed to the main line. Rook a5 played by Costa. Knight e4. Threatening. Knight takes f6 check. King g6. King f5. Knight h2 and take decisive advantage, shifting to the main variation. Bishop f5 played by Costa. Threatening. Bishop takes e4. King d2. Rook d5 check and take decisive advantage, shifting to the main game. Knight takes f6 check played by Bernadskiy. King g6. Threatening. King takes f6. On e4. Bishop takes e4. King d2. Rook d5 check and seize the initiative, shifting to the main game. Knight e8 played by Bernadskiy. Bishop e6. Do not rush. Can you find the strongest move? Knight c7 best according to analysis. Bishop b3. On g4. Rook c5. Knight a6. Rook c2 and establish a winning position. Let's proceed to the main game. Knight d6 inaccuracy played by Bernadskiy. On f5. Pause the video and find the best move. On e4, top engine recommendation. On takes e4. On g4. Rook a4 and seize the initiative. Let's go to the main game. King f1. Costa secured the win in style.